Ya Seb Ya in classic Rocky 4 fashion.
No, it goes Ya Seb Ya.
Ya Seb.
Ya Seb Ya.
Oh God. Okay, now that's like running back to me.
If he dies, he dies.
If he dies, he dies. Eternia's original hero might be making a comeback. Dolph Lundgren, who played He-Man in 1987, the year that I was born. Masters of the Universe film dropped a major hint that he could appear in Amazon MGM's upcoming reboot. Lundgren was asked if he's involved in the new Masters of the Universe movie, and his response practically confirmed it with a smile, saying, "You will have to check it out when it comes out. Masters of the Universe will bring the power back to theaters on June 5th, 2026. That was not speaking Lundgren voice. All right. Tacos.
I like it.
Tacos on the table. Will Dolph go another round in Masters of the Universe?
You know, the way he put that, I think he's in it. He's gonna be something in this movie. Because if he wasn't in it, he'd be like, I'm not in it. They didn't ask me. I'm butthurt, you know. They didn't ask me to be in Punisher either. I think he's gonna be in it because he was like, yeah, go check out the movie. Yes, yeah.
And I mean, I know they're doing a lot of Easter eggs, throwing in a lot of like in-universe Easter eggs and things like that. Obviously, he's not playing He-Man. Like, he's not coming in and playing. I don't know. Maybe Dolph comes in and he plays what was his dad's name? King.
Oh, what was his name? I forgot his name. The King. The King. Maybe it's the King.
Yeah, like maybe he comes in and he plays the King.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it could be.
You know, especially like after Dolph Lundgren, we know that he can play kind of epic characters like that still because he did that in Aquaman.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's right. And he looked kind of big.
Yeah.
I mean, he had a bunch of suit on, just like Jason Momoa, but he looked pretty big still.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about that. All right. maybe he'll be the Masters of the Universe, the merman guy.
Oh, merman. Like he could be
maybe he'll be merman.
It's King Randor. So like, you know, what if he came in and he played King Randor?
That's not bad. I like
that.
That
Would be kind of cool if he came in and played King Randor, right? Like, so my tacos are on the table. I 100% believe that if not a mainstay character, he's at least coming in for some type of cameo with the way that he talked about it. So
I agree. My Russian borscht tacos are on the table. Yes.
Isn't he some kind of like European, not Russian?
Rocky 4, he was, come on.
Well, I know he played a Russian. He played Ivan Drago. I know that, but I'm saying, like, isn't he damn it, it's another country that starts with a B.
Belarus. He's from Belarus? What?
No, Belgian. Isn't he
Small
Belgian?
world. Oh, is he? No, you're thinking of Jean-Claude Van Damme.
I might be. Anyways, he might be Swedish actually.
I think you're right there.
Yeah. Anyways, let's go ahead and move on to the next story here. We have a Brave director teasing a bold rumor. Ooh. The DC Universe is getting a new version of Batman with the Brave and the Bold. Fans have been left waiting for real updates because they have been not getting any at all. Now, it looks like that wait for information might be coming to an end thanks to director Andy Muschietti. Variety asked about the status of the movie. Andy replied, "We have to wait a couple of months to start talking about it." Then, realizing he might have said too much, he laughed and said, "I screwed it already." Tacos on the table. Will we be getting a Batman update, or is it just a Brave and Bold tease?
I honestly, tacos on the table. I think he screwed it up. I think he caught it and he was like, "Oh, a couple." Like, "Oh, he screwed it up," but he's okay. Like, James Gunn's not gonna get mad at him. He's gonna get a slap on the hand and be like, "Okay, move on.
Yeah.
We're okay." But I think this goes into James Gunn kind of trying to pace the amount of news dropping for DC. Like, hey, let's not step on each other's toes, because we went through this whole thing of, we're talking about Superman before it was coming out, but then we're also talking about Creature Commandos, and then people were speculating on Batman and the Batman Part 2, and you know, all this stuff. So it was super confusing. So I think they're just kind of being like, let's all play Hush. Let not saying that Hush is going to be in the Batman, but let's all be quiet and we'll push one project at a time.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I 100% agree. And that whole thing. I think that Andy Muschietti probably dropped more than he was supposed to. I think what James was trying to do was kind of just do like a sudden drop and make people think like, oh yeah, no, we have nothing. We're not planning anything, and then all of a sudden drop a trailer like, yeah, we told you nothing was happening. This is what's happening right here, and like, just kind of like drop who's playing who and who's coming in as what and everything like that, and just kind of like drop a bunch of news on us all at once. Just because he's just gonna build sudden hype because James Gunn is known for doing stuff like that. So I don't see it being, I feel like Andy just screwed up because he was just like excited about it and was like, oh yeah, shit, we haven't said anything about this yet. Fuck. I'm
or he's like, finally, we're getting ready to talk about it. He's like, oops, can't talk about it.
Right. So I'm with that. My tacos are on the table.
I like it.
All right, let's go ahead and move on to the next story here. James Gunn is souping up Supergirl. The latest DCU reports suggest that Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, is getting a little extra Superman action. The rumor says the upcoming film has entered a new round of reshoots, and they feature David Cornsweet's Superman. The film originally wrapped principal photography back in May, but with cameras rolling again this week for the additional scenes involving the Man of Steel, potentially expanding the on-screen connection between Kara Zor-El and Clark Kent in the DCU. Adding some fuel to the Superman rumor fire, fans noticed that the Superman costume on display at the Warner Brothers studio tour had been removed. A sign left in its place read, "Superman costume currently being used by production." Tacos on the table. Are we doubling the Kryptonian count for the next chapter of the DCU?
Oh, my tacos are on the table for this one. I think they're gonna treat this Superman, David Cornsweet's Superman, a little bit differently. I don't think he's gonna be this pedestal, character that like is untouchable and not gonna be in any project. I think he's just gonna be sprinkled in, kind of like how we saw Supergirl at the very end of the Superman movie. I
Yeah.
think it's gonna be like that, where he may come in for a cameo. I don't think he's gonna be like a co-star in this movie, but I think he's gonna pop in and out, and I think James Gunn's gonna create that kind of fluidity between all the different shows that are happening, all the different projects. He's gonna slowly bring people in and let them come in and out. What do you think about Cornsweet being in Supergirl?
It makes a lot of sense. I mean, you have the relationship between David Cornsweet Superman and Kara Zor-El already. Like the relationship was built at the end of Superman, so it does not make sense to have Cal show up and like maybe there's like a fight that happens and he comes and helps, or maybe it's the other side of the coin for that scene at the end of Superman. Like maybe they expand on that because remember, this movie is supposed to take place at the same time that Superman was happening.
Okay.
Right.
All right. That makes sense.
She shows back up at the end of Superman, right? And is like, she's shit faced and is like, "Where's my dog?" Right. And so, maybe there is. Maybe he came back to film a scene that was like that they're going to use at the beginning of the movie where it's like Clark saying bye to Kara and saying, "I'll take care of your dog, don't worry about it," or something at the end where it's the other side of that coin. It's expanding on that scene where she goes, "Where's my dog?" And then, how was your vacation? And she like looks at him and it's not a recap of, she's not going to explain what happened in the movie, but it's like one of those smirky smiles that's like, she's got a story to tell Clark because you just watched that story.
Right.
And the movie ends on that. Like that's what I think it's going to be. I think it's either going to be something at the beginning or it's going to be a tale at the end.
I want to know if they're going to do like tonally, Superman is very like good for the entire family up until when Kara Zor-El shows up and she calls him a bitch. You
Yeah,
know, like tonally, is this movie the Supergirl movie? Is she going to be dropping f bombs and b bombs and calling Superman? Who gets to call Superman a bitch? She's the only person in the universe that gets to call Superman a bitch.
because technically she's stronger than him, so it's like
I mean, hey, she's got a cool coat too. So
absolutely. So yeah, let's continue on. I've got another story to move on to here. The Spidey single is blowing up this week because it really is. We got another batch of exciting set photos from Spider-Man Brand New Day. The latest images give us our first look at Sadie Sink in costume, a battered Mark Ruffalo as Bruce Banner, and even a mysterious female character who could be the movie's secret villain. The biggest reveal from the round of set photos is Sadie Sink, who may be playing a street level character rumored to be the Punisher's sidekick, which be on the lookout, guys. We might have a video explaining that character coming pretty soon. Then there are photos featuring Mark Ruffalo's Bruce Banner being loaded into an emergency vehicle looking injured. Why would someone who can turn into the Hulk need medical attention? Just think about that, guys. It's a thought to put in your head, right? Another image shows an unidentified woman confronting a group of extras on set. The social media quickly lit up with the theories that she could be the film's mysterious female villain. Ooh. The secrecy around the appearance has fans speculating about everything from Black Cat to a new original antagonist created specifically for the MCU. So tacos on the table, Sadie Sink's role, bruised up Banner, bruised up Banner. Okay. And the mysterious maiden. What are your spidey senses saying, James?
My tacos are on the table for all this because it feels like Spider-Man can do anything right now. This brand new day movie can be like, let's grab Punisher, let's grab the Hulk, let's make the Hulk get hurt, let's make Sadie Sink 17 different characters, then they'll all be justified. Like they're gonna do anything that they want to do. Let's have Tom Holland waving to the fans when they're sneaking fan film while things are being shot. Like this movie is completely different. I don't know what is going to happen in the movie, and I have no I don't think they're going to hold back. I think this is Sony going to be like, you know what? Do whatever you got to do. Like go make us a big huge movie. This honestly could be our last.
Yeah. I see that. And I mean, again, there's a lot of speculation on who Sadie Sink is going to play based on the photos and what she's wearing. I know me and Jen were talking about this a couple weeks ago, or last week. We both are in agreement that we think this is Rachel Cole Alves, who is technically the second Punisher. She's been known as Lady Punisher. She ran with Frank for the longest time. Former Marine, she's got a lot of tragedy in herself. Again, we're going to be having we have a video that's going to be coming out hopefully sometime this week, of an explainer on Rachel Cole Alves and why we think, not why we think it's good, like that Sadie Sink is going to be that, but if Sadie Sink is playing Rachel Cole Alves, then at least you guys, all the nerds out there, will know who she is ahead of time. And yeah, and just based on the outfit that she's wearing, she looks very Rachel Cole Alves.
Right. And the red hair. And it looks like she's wearing some kind of shirt that may have like the spray painted Punisher logo on it. So we'll see. I mean, I think that is a more, we kind of talked about this the other week. That's a more plausible, I can't even think of the word. That's a more believable role than I think like Phoenix, Jean Grey. I don't think they're going to go that deep.
Yeah.
With
I agree.
What's going to happen in Spider-Man.
Because a lot of people are like, the speculation is, oh, she's going to play Mary Jane Parker or Mary Jane Watson. She's not Parker yet. Mary Jane Watson, or she's going to play the on-screen version of Gwen Stacy, or she might be playing Firestarter. Like there's so many characters that everybody's saying that she might be. And based on these set photos, I honestly think that she's going to be Rachel Cole Alves. It makes sense. She's not a major character, but at the same time, she's also not a minor character. This is a character that could show up in all of these ground level shows, and especially if anything in this is setting up anything for Daredevil season 2, for Born Again season 2. If they have any setup that's happening in this, right, then you have Frank Castle, you have Rachel Cole Alves, and they'll be fighting alongside with Daredevil in season 2 to fight Kingpin, which again, that's a really good setup if that's what they're gonna do, and that makes the world that much more cohesive. You know what I mean?
My tacos are on the table for that. I really like that she gets added to the Daredevil season 2 or the Punisher. Maybe she gets introduced in the Punisher special. Who knows? But
That's the thing is I know they wrap Principal on the Punisher special, but like, are they is that coming out before Spider-Man?
that I don't know. That we'll have to look up.
Yeah, we'll have to look that up. In the meantime, let's go ahead and move on to this last rumor that we have here. Marvel Studios has been stirring the pot, or maybe the cauldron. This time, it's all about Scarlet Witch. Over the past week, the studio's official social media accounts have been posting clips featuring Wanda Maximoff, which has fans wondering, are they getting ready for Elizabeth Olsen's return in Vision Quest? The timing of Marvel's recent Scarlet Witch posts seems deliberate. And with Vision Quest updates fresh out of New York Comic-Con, fans are connecting the dots. During a recent interview with InStyle, Olsen lit up while describing the experience of working on those massive productions. And goofy, it's ridiculous, she said with a laugh. We're grown people behaving like children on a playground. We're flying, we're shooting things out of our hands, and it's a character that I've gotten to return to so many times over 10 years. It's good to put her down, and then I miss her, and I want her back. I jump at the opportunity to be in her shoes again. Last bit of Scarlet Witch news. Elizabeth Olsen has made it clear that she's done signing on to big studio films unless they're destined for the big screen. So, with that being said, tacos on the table. Has Elizabeth Olsen got us trapped in her hex? Is the Scarlet Witch returning?
My tacos are on the table. You know what she's not talking about anymore? She's not talking about money or getting paid.
Yeah.
I think Disney's got her like, all right, you got it. Whatever you want, we'll make it happen as long as you come back. Keep your mouth shut, and we'll get you in a bunch of different projects, and we're good to go. You just gotta play ball with us, right? And I totally think she's doing that. She's, what did she say? She recorded the Marvel Zombies like years ago.
Yeah.
So she's on board. There's a long-term Kevin Feige plan that she's aware of, that we're not aware of, that we're always rumoring and speculating on. But I think she's on board for the long haul. So yes, she's in. Yes, she's going to be Scarlet Witch over and over again. I think that last bit of piece of news about big studio things, I think that was her saying, like, I also like to do independent films,
Yeah.
but like I can do both. Like, she likes to do indie, artsy films, but also she likes to do Scarlet Witch, big budget stuff.
Yeah, and I mean, like, she's been able to do more productions lately, especially because her character's been kind of missing for a little while. But I mean, at the same time, she has talked about like storylines that she would like to revisit. She has talked about wanting to be Scarlet Witch. We know that she's in contract for at least 3 more productions. Now I don't know if Zombies counts as one of those.
I don't think so, because she totally forgot she was even in it.
Yeah, because I mean, that's the thing is she had signed on she contracted to do 3 more projects with Marvel after she had already done Doctor Strange.
Oh yeah, the Multiverse of Madness.
Multiverse of Madness. So because like that again, it doesn't like specifically say what projects they were. It just said that she signed on for 3 more projects with Marvel. Zombies could have been one of those.
Yeah, I could see that.
Mhm. But at the
Even if it's just like a few lines, because I think they wanted her for the original What If episode, but I think she was still in contract negotiations.
yeah,
But
yeah,
well,
and now again, it would be so dope to lead up to getting some kind of House of M, especially because she has said that she wants to do House of M. The thing is we need to establish the X-Men before we can do that, so it's not gonna be until after, Secret Wars.
I was thinking about this based on our last conversation about like how are we going to get to House of M
Mhm.
with this situation. I think she's going to end up doing House of M, though I don't think they're going to involve Magneto.
But then it doesn't work if Magneto's not a part of it.
I think they're going to find a way. I think it's just going to be her and her crazy powers and what she's something's going to happen to her kids and she's going to be like I want my kids back. Maybe she's going to blame mutants. I don't know what it is, but I feel like we've gone so far away from World War II and Magneto's origin story. I don't know if they have to retell it, but I think they're going to find a way to get Scarlet Witch to stand on her own. And they're doing a great job doing it. Like she's been part of so many projects. So I think there's that was what I was just thinking. I think based on last week, so I think they're going to get away from Magneto. I think they are.
I will see my change on that. What I think is going to happen is after Secret Wars, once they merge all the universes, I think towards the end of Secret Wars, you're going to find out that Magneto is their actual father. So when the universe, or maybe like the person who played their dad, ends up playing Magneto.
The person. Oh, you mean in like the Avengers
In the
movies?
Avengers movies, like because you do get a glimpse of her father. So maybe you do get that person who ends up playing her dad, or maybe they, they pull a peacemaker and they like, do some revisionist history, and it's like she remembers, and Magneto is her father in their universe, but when
Yeah.
universes merge, he's Magneto.
Yeah, I could see that.
And that leads into like you establish that relationship, and that leads into you start doing X-Men projects, and now you can do House of M.
I see that. I can see that. I can see that. Though, you know what's funny? As you were saying that, like with DC, like retconning Peacemaker and even that end scene with the JLA or you know Superman, Wonder Woman, that sort of thing. I was like, I'm okay with that. I'm like, okay, James Gunn, you do what you do. You be you. It's your universe. We're just living in it. But if you apply that same thing to Marvel, I'd be like, no, 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 you don't get to do that. We're living in one timeline, bro. It's one continuity. Like I can't let Marvel get away with something like that to retcon something. Though I do hear there's a rumor that maybe Robert Downey Jr.'s Tony Stark may be not actually a Stark. But anyway, that's some rabbit hole speculation. But that's we're
Yeah,
not
now,
gonna
and like I said, I don't want to jump too much into this, but just like a tease for people to go and look it up. But I mean, if you haven't checked out Superior Iron Man, go check out Superior Iron Man, because in Superior Iron Man, it is an alternate universe. Sorry, my hand is moving my table. It is an alternate universe where Doctor Doom is Tony Stark in another universe, and he uses that to his advantage. We've been saying it on the show for a while now that I think this is Iron Man, because it's going to be Doctor Doom using the fact that he looks like Tony Stark in this universe to get the Avengers to do what he wants. And then once they finally realize, oh, we're doing bad stuff, it's like too late already. And Doom is going to have the upper hand because of that. I think they are going to take elements of Superior Iron Man and use that in this universe.
Yep. I think if anything, we've learned there's not gonna be a straight adaptation
Yeah,
of the comics or whatever comic storyline there is.
yeah,
Everything is adapted for the MCU to make it, I don't know, original or
yeah.
make it owned by the MCU, not just like Marvel Comics is the scripts. So
Yeah, and like I said, they're going to use elements of it. So
Yeah.
let's continue on here, guys. That is the end of the rumors. Let's move into this next segment, guys. It's time for the download. Let's get into the news.